Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're looking at a picture that we've looked at before actually a couple of times, but the big difference this time is we're going to get some new looks. In the past, when I've looked at this picture, there were things that I saw in the picture that I thought were either image artifacts or I didn't think were actually there that were actually there. I know now through experience, not only in looking at all these pictures of Mars, but also on how to enhance them and bring out, what we actually see. And one of the big differences between this area and what we've seen previously, is at least as far as the satellite pictures are concerned, is that we have a lot of humanity here, but unlike those satellite pictures, they're not all stacked up on top of each other yet. I suppose it's going to come. There are pictures we've seen from all over Mars where they're always in the process of constructing. So it's just a matter of time. But right now, this area is completely one level. It's not. It's not buildings on top of buildings on top of buildings. They do pack them in tightly still, however. They do bring them in close together, but so far it's nothing on top of each other. One of the things that it's not that I didn't see the structures in this valley here, but I didn't really know how to bring them out, and it's taken me some time, and really I purposely overlooked them because I just assumed that I would never be able to bring them out, to be able to see what was actually there. So I just kind of overlooked all that stuff. But now, I'm able to bring it out. And like I said before, just recently, I'm taking the gloves off. I'm doing everything that I can do to enhance the pictures. From now on, I'm doing everything I can. If NASA wants to mess up the pictures, well, they've altered them already, right? So I've always been afraid of altering the pictures. Well, I'm going to alter them now. I'm going to enhance them to bring out everything that I can. And one of the big ways of doing that, of course, is sharpening. But sharpening is well, you have to be careful with that. You can over sharpen, and it creates issues. So anyway, that's one of the tools that I'm using, along with some filters. And it's really quite amazing what that will actually bring out. Now look at all of the structures here in the foreground. There are a ton of structures in there. And interestingly, when we see these in black and white, you don't get very much definition. It's hard to see the differences between them. And now in color, it's the same thing. They're all packed in so tightly that we just can't get that crisp picture. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I just know that it's never crisp enough for me. It's never sharp enough. So anyway, I'm working on using that sharpening tool, and hopefully we'll get some clearer pictures coming along. This is such an incredible area. Now, I've mentioned before that this picture is no longer available. There are at least two other pictures that are of the same place, but they're completely altered. The real stuff is not in the pictures. So that's really unfortunate. So I had to draw on what I had, in my files. And one of the things I didn't notice before, we see this thing down here about in the middle of the screen with a couple of wheels on the end, whatever. Well, up above behind that is what looks like a big complex of some kind. This is something, as I said before, I completely overlooked, and it's very, very cool looking, and there's a lot there. And as I mentioned before, we do have a couple areas where we have fires burning here. One is to the right, and the other is to the top left. And I'm convinced beyond a shadow of doubt that these are actual fires because NASA has tried so hard to alter these pictures to make them seem like some of that mysterious sand that conveniently blows in all the time and alters things, if you know what I mean. And I had another thought. Recently, I think in the last video, I was talking about, how do they put all these structures in place? Where do they get them? Do they just reach into a different dimension and pull them out and put them in place? That seemed to make the most sense to me, really, when you look at this mass humanity from these satellite pictures. On the other hand, right here in this picture, with this dark structure here, let's not forget that it has a crane on it. And that kind of flies in the face of reaching into another dimension and pulling a building out and putting it in place. Maybe they can do that, and maybe there's still good reasons to have cranes around. I don't know. Anyway, it's something to think about. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.